came out. I assume Andujar and Judge are playing.
They are. The 3 lineups are out now, and we are live.
Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Homerun.com live before lock show. We are here for you every single day, 5 days a week, every single day of the business week, talking DFS, talking sports, talking life, talking Chubster with the man himself, Josh Engelman. Josh, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. I had a really good weekend, so I'm ready to play tonight. Like
a really good DFS weekend or a really good life weekend?
Well, both, I guess, but I meant it from a DFS perspective.
Oh, okay. Well, good. As long as you're happy with both, that's all I care about. Yeah, if you're in the chat now, you may have noticed today we went with a special thumbnail just because Josh went on a bit of a Chubster deep dive to find the true etymology of his nickname, which he's been with him for decades, I believe. Yeah. The Chubster. Yeah. And for one day only, we have a little fun thumbnail for you guys. So we hope the people who are here every day appreciate the Chubster brand growing. It even matches your shirt, which I like, and hat.
I need to get that made into a shirt, I think.
That could be part of our merch. Let's start doing merch.
Can we do keep calm and do whatever shirts? I assume that's...
Oh, well, yeah, the Chive stole that, so no. I think we're fine. Or you could just be like, I'm with Chubster, and then an arrow pointing to your penis.
I'm the Chubster with an arrow pointing to my penis.
So tonight it's a short MLB slate, not a ton of games, but we'll talk about it. We'll also talk a little late slate, totally an independent idea in my head and not one that people are telling us to do from higher-ups. Complete independent thought by me. But we'll talk about both tonight. They're 2 different strategies, similar amount of games. But let's talk about the regular slate at first. Drew N, I don't love this now, but Drew N discussing my potential home run pick.
That's who you're going with?
Yup.
Wow. Okay.
The last time I had him, he was dope, and I'm stacking the Diamondbacks tonight. But we'll talk more about that. Let's talk about what are you stacking so far? What do you think looks the best? I think the Yankees maybe would be a bold choice.
Yeah, Yankees are going to be pretty popular. There's 3 lineups out now, so I'm going to do a fresh crunch right now. You know, I don't even want to bring this up, and I hate myself for it, but I guess we kind of got to do it because you haven't talked about it yet. Talk about your home run on Friday. Or, more specifically, both of them.
Yeah, so we could talk actually about both of our picks. We both were right.
We were both right. Fuck yeah.
Which is fantastic. That the odds of that happening were not great. It's also pretty great to me that you got one right again, and I happened to get a guy who hit 2 home runs on the day you got a guy right. Dude,
I was so barbecued when we were having that back and forth. I was like through the looking glass being like, I'm so sad that I didn't get another home run.
It's hard to, it's hard to get a guy to hit 1 home run. It's hard to have a guy who hits 2, but Matt Olson was my Friday pick, and Matt Olson was good for me in the rally cap, too. I only had 1 lineup in the rally cap, had Olson at 10% ownership. Very nice little play.
Hi, baby.
So we do some things right. We do occasionally get things right, especially home run calls. You know, they're not – the odds, the overall numbers on that, not great. Again, you could see I had like a little hitter slump on Josh's Excel spreadsheet, a lot of red, but – we're getting some green back in there, getting a little lettuce back in the mix for everyone.
So I'm gonna go some sort of light blue-ish color to represent you having more than one.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Because I feel like we would want to maintain that and know that.
Okay, there we go. So that's good. I appreciate that, Josh. It looks even more special now.
Yeah, great.
But that was a really good feeling though. Like it's nice to have a guy who a lot of people weren't on who hit 2 home runs. Ryan Braun, though, perfectly great pick, too. Hit a home run.
I appreciate you saying that. That makes me feel better.
Look, I was happy. I thought it was funny, though, on the day that, like, that you got one again. I had 2. I was really just happy about Matt Olson, though. It felt good. It's nice to get those. Like, there are very few things I can say that are as personally satisfying as making one of those calls and being right. I think it's a joy. It is a joy.
I didn't even know Braun had gone yard, and you messaged Jake and I on Slack, and we're like, Matt Olson! And I was looking through it, I was like, oh shit, I got one too. And like, as soon as I knew that I had another one, Olson had donged again. It was like, fuck.
It was like 11 minutes later. It was crazy. I was like, wait, is this the same home run? Because I got another alert. And then, nope, 2 home runs. Matt Olson went. He also hit another one over the weekend too. He's going nuts.
Well, you don't get credit for that one.
No, I know I should, but I hope I get credit from him where he's like, you know what, that one guy in the live stream really believed in me. And if so long as he and the Chubster are by my side, I can hit dongs all day long. So that's the hope.
It's just like that. Angels and Padres lineups just dropped. It's like that Seinfeld episode with was it Paul O'Neill? Is it Paul O'Neill?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, just he thought I was like a sick child, so there might have been a little bit of a mixed message there somewhere. But yeah, let's talk some stack stuff. Obviously now we've proven that we're picking experts. But what stacks are you currently thinking the most about besides the super obvious Yankee one?
The super obvious Yankee one.
Okay.
Let me click back into it.
I mean, it's really not.
This is the first I'm running another crunch since this morning. So, Angels will be number 2. I think that's going to be hard to avoid. Diamondbacks were my number 3. I have at least on DK. I have a feeling that's going to change when I run this right now, but we shall see. The good news is there's only 4 games, and when I click crunch, it'll go quickly.
Yeah, I don't. I like the Diamondbacks a lot. They have a different lineup than their projected lineup was, which I liked a little bit more. But I currently have. I'm just doing one lineup tonight, but I'm doing I had the Diamondbacks as my main stack with 2 Yankees and Andrew McCutchen as 1. And I think I might have to get off the Diamondbacks. I don't like Holland. I don't think Holland's a great pitcher, but like the Vegas total for the Diamondbacks is not great. I don't love the way this lineup is.
Well, I had an ass ton of Holland this morning, so we'll see where that goes.
Oh, really? I feel like I usually try to go against Holland. He's just one of those dudes who always grade out pretty poorly to me. But, I mean, it's a short slate, so I'm sure there is a logic in going with him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have every pitcher to some degree today. I won't have anybody as a full fade. I forgot I had all my settings in before. I was like, why the fuck am I getting so many Angel stacks? Because I locked in Angel stacks on the show with Jake.
C. Putnam's getting a 404 error on the FanDuel. That might be a caching thing, C. Putnam. Let me double check.
It's working for me.
Yeah, so maybe refresh or clear cookies. If you have an issue, though, email support@osmo.com and it'll help you figure it out. But they should be working for you.
That'll be me. I'm not going to see the email until 7 o'clock.
Oh, we don't have anybody else help? I thought it was
Tom and Eddie have it, but I doubt they're looking at it right now.
Oh well. Well, C. Putnam, just keep trying.
Look,
we believe in you.
It works for me, so like I can't. There's only so much bug testing you can do when it actually works.
Look at Josh's
down for me or anyone else, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. So we have that. For stack, let's talk pitcher. People talking pitcher. People talk about Domingo Germán. I like Domingo tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, I have a ton of them, or at least I did. Let me double check that now. I just got my DK crunch loaded, so we'll see where we're at there. Yeah, so I still have an overabundance of Yankees and Angels. We'll see how that shakes out. Diamondbacks are still my 3rd, and then Royals would be my 4. For pitching, I'm going to be well over the field on Herman. I'll be under on Godley quite a bit. I'll be under on Danny Duffy quite a bit. Holland is the other guy where I'm going the other direction, and that is supported by the only A value rating on DK per our overlord.
I think actually there are 3 A value ratings at pitcher on DK.
I only have 1 here.
Unless it changed, I'll refresh again. But no, I see we have Richard, Duffy, and Holland as A's.
Maybe
I might be looking at.
I could have pasted FanDuel into DK potentially.
Let me see. Hold up. Let me double check.
I just grabbed.
You know what? No, never mind. They've changed since the last time I looked. That's why. Duffy and Richard are now B's. So there you got that for free. Congratulations, guys.
Well, now I'm seeing Herman as an A.
Herman
but Holland has one, and I'm going to be over the field on him, so that's really all that matters.
Oh wait, Herman actually just disappeared from the DraftKings rankings. You know what? Because it's SP, not RP. That's why. Haha. Yeah, I like Herman. I like your guy who you never like, but is on your real life team. I like Tehran a lot.
Yeah, he's gonna pop up for me a little bit. I like him more now than I did this morning. I'm not really fond of him though.
I think he looks really good. I memean, the Padres, not a fantastic team on the other side. Pretty bad versus righties. A lot of hold on. I stupid pause suspender thing. Like, it always comes in to hurt me whenever I'm trying to pull something up fast to make a point. But yeah, the Padres striking out 26% of the time versus righties. Tehran's, I mean, not a fantastic strikeout pitcher, but he's shown some upside this year. I just like him going against the Padres. I don't see any reason to. I don't know. I didn't see anybody else who really looked interesting to me besides Tehran and Herman. And I would consider Duffy just because I keep going against Duffy and being wrong. But besides that, I don't love Duffy either.
Sorry, I stopped listening to you once the chat said that they think that I would win in a fist fight between the two of us.
Yeah, where is that even a discussion?
I have no idea.
I don't. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to defend myself here, but I did boxing when I was a little kid and fucking did MMA. This is why chats were stupid. You guys don't fucking know anything about us. You just watch this live stream. You can't make these assessments because you don't know us as human beings. And a GP, is it crazy to play both Holland and Godley? I assume on FanDuel, not a great idea, but on DK, would you do that?
Yeah, I'll definitely have both of them.
In the same lineup, though?
I would imagine. I won't stop it from happening.
That's fair. I don't mind Godley tonight, but I didn't really hang up for Godley. Didn't seem like a move I was dying for.
I'm not gonna have a ton of Godley, but like I would expect at least one line to pop up.
That's fair. I take Jake. I don't know how tall Jake is, but I don't get the sense Jake is tall.
I get
we'll find out
Jake
tomorrow.
would fuck me up because I'm old now and Jake has youth on his side.
I would need to know more about Jake's reach and height. We'll get back to that next time. See, VMart protects him. Okay. I think Herman's not a great pitcher. He's had some real bad days, so I worry a little bit about him. But on this slate, I think Herman's a good play. I don't know.
Yeah, he was the clear #1 play for me. I was surprised we had his ownership projected as low as we did.
Oh, how tall do we think Jake is? I think Jake is 5'9", but he goes by 5'10".
I would have said 6 foot, 6'1".
Huh.
I assume I'm the tallest of the three of us.
You're 6'2", right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 6'1". So. Oh, good.
If Jake's like, I'm 6'6", it's gonna be like, yeah, he's gonna fuck me up.
What the chat? You're getting in a weird spot. They're talking about more likely to do gay porn. This is not what we're here. This is it's more of a Friday conversation. This is not
the way
a Monday show.
Not the way we start Mondays.
Oh, guys, Jesus.
Josh is correct.
Yeah, dropkick. I think your dropkick is right about German's stats with a small sample size. But the thing is, he has shown upside. I think he's just a risky play. Like, to me, he's like a very much a GPP play. I would not be stoked to play German in cash if I were a person who played those. Maybe from an ownership angle, but even then.
Wait,
so Jake is what? What was your guess again? 6 feet?
I said 6 foot, 6'1", somewhere in that neighborhood. He said I'm right. So
yeah, Jake is still baby bear then. I would be mama bear, and Josh would be papa bear for going solely by height.
The youth is a big thing. I am not the same person I was when I was Jake's age.
That is a big part of it. You're like your cardio just gets worse, and your there
is no cardio any longer.
How physical is Osmo? I don't know. I don't know how physical Osmo is. I'm very sure he looks a bit physical.
Whatever.
It's a 4.
I might be taller than Osmo, but he's got the better bank account.
If he sits on his wallet, then he gets bigger.
I'll take him to be able to pay $40,000 to get someone to kick the shit out of me.
While we have Jake in the chat, let's do our home run picks. You know, we're riding a hot hand. I feel like this is one thing, obviously, a favorite staple that's been proven to win money at least 4 out of 20 nights. So that's I'll get my pick up front. I'm sticking with my boy. Actually, I want to make sure.
Your boy, all right.
No, I wanted to make sure that I'm actually going to stick with him. I'm sticking with John Ryan Murphy. I think John Ryan he grades out really well in a smaller sample size. He's played well in limited action this year. I like the opportunity. So we're trying to be a little bit more difficult, trying to not take super obvious guys. So no Yankees today. I'm taking J.R. Murphy. It's a big week for JR. It's J.R. Smith, J.R. Murphy, all killing it.
Yeah, J.R. Smith is killing something. Killing his chances at another ring.
Killing LeBron's will to live in that one video that they released.
The one from the bench where it's just silence.
Yes. And then JR gives like George Hill the saddest little dap. Where they're just
somebody
like
needed to grab JR or that whole team and be like, yo, it doesn't matter. It's over. We can't change it. We've got overtime. Like, fucking wake up. The fact that they let everybody sit there for 3 minutes and just sulk, like, that's a bad move on Ty Lue's part. You need to grab him and shake the shit out of him and be like, yo, you need to drop this shit now. Like, we've got 5 minutes to fuck them up or you guys are going to lose this entire series.
That's sort of one of those classic, like, momentum doesn't exist on stats. But, boy, when you watch it live, you can really see the momentum.
Video, you're like, oh, they're going to get blown out in overtime.
Yeah.
You could just tell,
I don't see how.
You can tell from their body language. Somebody needed to smack the shit out of them. Like, I don't know how Perk isn't like, yo, back. Let's do this shit.
He's just like quietly sitting there trying to trip Steph Curry. It's like that's what he's doing.
They need somebody on that team that can speak to everybody in that spot. All right, I need to pick up a run.
Yeah, Ty Lue's not the guy to get them all on the same page and a heartbreaker like that.
I guess not. Let AI step over him to give that message then.
All right, so wait, I get my home run pick. Jake has to pop his in the chat. So old 6-footer Jake. Pop it in the chat.
I'm gonna get real weird with mine.
All right, yeah, what is it?
So I'm gonna take somebody in a spot where no one would ever take people for home runs. I'm gonna take Hunter Renfroe.
Ooh, interesting. What's jumping out? Is he just big on your home run chart?
Yeah, he was like in the middle section and looked like a name that I would never take. And we're projecting 0 ownership for him, I think, so even better. You've got J.R. Murphy. Cool.
And then Jakey Big Time, the baseball savant himself, Jake Hari. We're awaiting his pick in the chat. Hopefully it's a good one. Because Jake is behind now. He's tied with you, but he's like 2 or 3 behind me now, I think.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just saying, if you're going to be the baseball savant, you better fucking come through today, Jake. Old Jakey Sunshine.
Captain of the Minnesota Jakes.
Would you go Murphy or Flowers at catcher? For me, obviously, that's Murphy. I think Murphy's the best catcher besides Sanchez on the board.
Probably Flowers, if I had to guess.
Really insulting my boy.
Actually, no. I'll take Murphy in that scenario.
It's okay. Very limited sample size. J.R. Murphy so far. 460 isolated power, 350 OBP, 320 BABIP, K rate 19%. Not terrible. I mean, again, very limited sample size, but he's been mashing. He's been mashing when he's out there. Just saying, guys. Zach Cozart for Jake. So that is the official Baseball Savant pick of the night. BaseballSavant.mlb.com if you want to see more of Jake's work, or Osmo.com, either or. I like Murphy over Salvador Perez. Yep, I like Murphy. To be honest, I just don't like Derek Harlan tonight, and there's really no logical reason why. Like the Vegas total doesn't back that out. Holland's just one of those guys who doesn't grade out according to the stuff I look at. The total's not inspiring, but I'm trying to be contrarian on a short slate. I have a couple of Yankees who I think are going to be the best. So Arizona's where I landed, and I'm sticking with Murphy. Oh, Jake was going to go Murphy too. There you go. I like that. Great minds, Jake.
Terrible minds think alike.
I would also pick Officer Alex Murphy, yes, especially in full RoboCop attire. You'd be silly not to pick that man for a home run. He's a fucking superhuman robot.
I wouldn't have got that joke.
Oh, Officer Alex Murphy? Sad for you. Goldschmidt and Peralta, or Gardner and Walker?
I mean, I guess Gardner and Walker.
Walker.
I mean, it's a hard question to answer.
Yeah, Walker's not lighting my life on fire. Goldschmidt looks really good, though I'm not crazy about Peralta. But I like that stack. I mean, like, honestly, if you're playing it straight, I would say Gardner and Walker would be, obviously a part of a currently projected to be a very high scoring stack, and those are going to be lesser owned. Well, not Gardner, but Walker will be one of the lesser owned pieces of that stack. So I think there's a logic in going with those guys. But if you want to be contrarian, I like the Diamondbacks. What about, all right, so let's talk a little bit of late slate stuff, because, that's pretty much it. Let's talk about late slate stuff.
I don't even have my regular lineups done.
Well, I mean, the teams involved. Like, let's talk about an overall approach, because it's different. Apparently there's a couple of big tournaments in the late slate tonight, so maybe you want to play them to do something different instead of this main slate that's also pretty short. If you were doing a late slate and no Yankees on it, I guess what would you do? You'd probably go to my Diamondbacks, I would guess.
Angels would take the place of the Yankees. I would have more Diamondbacks, and I think the Royals would end up being my third stack.
Royals. Do you like the Royals tonight at all? Like in the main slate?
Yeah, I mean, they're my fourth stack on DK, so like I'll have a little bit of everybody, but they come up with the fourth highest total, and then there's like a major gap between the Royals and the Giants.
Yeah, they don't strike out versus righties. I kind of wanted to like Tropiano tonight, but the Royals have like a pretty low strikeout rate, 17.7%. Not a ton of power, but they make contact, so I could see going there and then being a little contrarian, but I don't know. Jake Hari points out you could play the Showdown NHL slate and then enter some late slate MLB lineups. There is a big hockey game, I'm told. Is it actually on NBC tonight, or is it on NBC's Sports Network?
Is it ever not on like a good network?
I think this weekend it got bumped to NBCSN. If I read my Twitter bitching correctly.
That's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, hockey.
Should I get in this ridiculous hockey tournament tonight?
Yeah, take the Minnesota Jake's advice.
Well, it's a $500 entry.
Oh, absolutely. Then yes, I think it's right in your wheelhouse.
I can't just do it on a whim.
No, you did your research. You know what's good.
I can barely tell you the two teams.
I mean, it's the Capitals and the Golden Knights. Obviously, the Capitals are the pride of Washington. I think the Washington fans are the most passionate about the Capitals out of all their teams, at least from what I know.
I would have called them the Golden Knights.
With the cold showers, is that what you would have thought?
I probably would have just said Knights or Vegas. I don't think I would have known that it was Golden Knights.
I like them. I like their branding too. I know a lot about them. Oh, there you go. Jake points out it is on NBC tonight, and I was right. I did know about the game being on the wrong network. Didn't watch it or anything, but I did know that. Do you guys have articles or stuff on NHL? I don't think Jake is doing NHL articles anymore, but during the season, Jake does a ton about NHL. Did he today? Okay, I didn't see it.
I think he put out a Showdown article.
Oh, all right. So there you go. So yeah, go check the site. Then Jake will have some information for you. I'm sure he'll give it to you in chat too.
Yeah, he's got a Showdown article.
All right. So yeah, go read that, Sushane. Go check out Jake's stuff. If you guys are curious about playing NHL tonight, Jake has an article up covering a little bit of Showdown strategy. I'm pretty sure it's free. So there you go. You don't have to pay for Jake and I. And Josh, right? You're free, right?
I am.
Yeah, you are.
As I should be.
Justifiably so. Any good questions in the chat? Yeah, give us some questions. It's a slow slate. Give us some good questions, please.
I'm going to get my FanDuel lineups in here, and then we could start really churning shit out. But there was only one lineup out when I first started getting ready for this, so I wasn't really in much of a position to do anything.
While you're doing this, then let's talk a little bit more about the Yankees. Obviously, they're going to be the highest owned team of the slate. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say obviously, but they seem like they should be the most obvious pick given the high Vegas total going against a pitcher who's not too fantastic. Which Yankees do you think are the best Yankees out of that group? I mean, I guess ignoring the obvious, but or are there any Yankees that you wouldn't play?
Now that Torres is hitting in the middle of the lineup, I really like him. I I mean, I've got everybody in the first 7 in abundance. I don't have a ton of Tyler Austin or Clint Frazier.
I didn't actually see that Torres. Oh, good for Torres getting bumped up. Is that, you think that's just a doubleheader thing, or is that like a real?
I don't know. He hit 9th in the front end of the doubleheader, so who the fuck knows?
So probably just a situational thing. I like Torres. I'll go on a limb. I like that young hot rookie who's been smashing value.
Yeah, way to go out on that limb. What's it like out there?
I try to be brave whenever I can on these streams. You got to make hot takes.
I want to say that he was a top 10 prospect coming into this into the season, so let me just check that for sure.
He was definitely there, like number 1 or number 2.
Number 12 on FanGraphs, their number 1 prospect. So yeah, what's it like out on that limb?
Where's Sexy Muscles rank on that?
Not 1 or 12.
He should be top 25, at least based on looks.
Yeah, so should I.
You're my top 25 live stream prospects.
Nice. You into the Chubsters?
The Chubster comes up high on the rankings. Let's see. What about contrarian stacks? I mean, for me, I think the Diamondbacks are a little contrarian, or at least contrarian enough. So that's what I'm assuming with, and I'm trying to get the best parts of other lineups with that. So for me, I went with Judge and Andujar. Both those guys grade out pretty well. Andujar, I feel like, is always a little underowned. But I went with a 5-man stack of the Diamondbacks because I thought that was contrarian. I would assume the Padres also pretty contrarian.
Yeah.
Not a play you'd want to make, but they are contrarian.
They're my second lowest owned team on DK. So that's why I took a guy to hit a home run in that game.
So you don't like Tehran and you don't like the Padres?
I have a lot of Tehran. I didn't this morning. I'm not really fond of him as a pitcher. Like, just if we're talking general, since it's the Braves. But if we're talking about just strictly DFS without any of my like personal bias, then I'm projecting to be over the field on Tehran.
Okay. Yeah, I like Tehran. I pretty much landed on him the second I did my research this morning. It was just like, I can't see not doing Tehran.
I wish I didn't have him that much. Let's put it that way.
But I mean, it's against the Padres. I know you're not a fan of his. I mean, despite being literally a fan of his team, but he's had some good moments. I mean, he's not a great pitcher, not a great K rate or anything, but he's been a serviceable pitcher with some upside. I
just know what I want him to be, and he's not that guy.
It's like dating.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like dating a pitcher from the Dominican Republic. It's just the exact same thing.
Pretty much.
What do you think of Holland and Tropiano? I mean,
I love it.
Together. Okay. Really?
Yeah. I have a ton of Holland. I have 2% Godly on FanDuel right now, and we're projecting 21.
Okay, so I'm gonna poke holes. I want to poke holes in your Holland thing. I mean, even though he might be better graded and stuff, and you'll have some good logical retort, and the Vegas total I get. Worst whip on the slate, worst xFIP on the slate, worst K rate on the slate, worst walk rate on the slate, and worst home run rate on the slate. Second worst, actually, tied with Mike Fiers. So why Derek Holland?
That's a great question. Let's take a look at it.
Okay. I felt like I made a really credible argument like a lawyer there.
I'm a really big Eggs Benedict fan, and his name is part of... He's like the best part of Eggs Benny, so I don't know.
It's fair. I mean, look, I can make part of your argument. Pretty big strikeout rate for the Diamondbacks on the other side.
Yeah, that doesn't help the Diamondbacks case, but like 3.7 run implied total for the Diamondbacks. If it's that low, why is it that low? Because Holland's got a decent shot. That's like that's the only reason. Like, that's why I'm getting there. That's why he grades out as well as he does, because the Diamondbacks have, the second lowest implied total of the slate. So, got a 4.56 projected FIP from Steamer. Like, I've seen way worse than that. I mean, look, if I'm being honest, I don't dig into it much further than whatever it spits out.
All right, fair enough.
The run total is going to be a big-time driver in that. That I can say with certainty.
So I think for me, the way that I felt about the Diamondbacks, and I think you're right, the Vegas total doesn't look great. But if we're trying to be contrarian on a short slate, to me, the Diamondbacks are like a total boom or bust play where they have, the K rate's 25%, so that's above league average, one of the worst in the league versus lefties. But they also have 220 isolated power, which would be actually tops in the league versus lefties. Right. So, I think to me, that's where I'm falling with it, where I'm hoping that Holland's bad enough that he's going to overcome, or rather the Diamondbacks are going to overcome his Vegas total. But I see where you're going with it. I want to argue you on this, even though he's not quite CC Sabathia territory.
Yeah, we have he's a 4 value on DK. So and he's a 4 value on FanDuel. So I'm not alone. And that makes me feel good.
Baseball Savant thinks said the Diamondbacks were one of the best teams against lefties the last month. So if the Savant's agreeing with me, Jake and I are very much on the same page today. I'm a little weirded out by that.
I'm a little weirded out by how much Tropiano I have. I don't want to be as close to the field as I am, but it looks like I'm going to be as close to the field as I am.
Tropiano's, he's a fine player. We've liked him before. Obviously slate dependent, but we've loved Tropiano. We were very early in the Tropiano train.
Yes, we were.
Is Spangenberg going to be chalk on FanDuel?
No, he's not even going to be owned.
Apparently, he's close to the minimum.
2,700. That might be DK. He is the minimum. No, he'll be barely owned.
All right. So there you go.
Chalk is the Yankees, where they're going to be owned like 30%. If Spangenberg hits 3, I'd be surprised. So I don't know who's asking. Yeah, Ryan, you got to recalibrate.
There you go, Ryan. Yeah, and also to me, the Padres are not ever. I don't think are they ever a popular stack. I don't think that's often.
I've actually had them a lot lately.
Really?
Yeah. Whoever the hell they played in the last series, I had them every night. They just had a really low price point.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, for me, the Padres have generally not graded out that well. Though price-wise, I could see you going there. But, boy, the strikeout rate is just pretty tough for that team. So I always kind of look a different direction if there isn't a run total that speaks to me. And, I'm very comfortable playing Tehran tonight, especially at San Diego. But, whatever. What stack are you guys doing? I assume Josh has a great variety of stacks. My current one is a 5-2-1.
4 max on one team, and then whatever comes out, comes out. So I don't know what the rest of it is.
Yeah, I think if I were going, I might, I guess it would still be contrarian to go with like 5 Yankees, I would assume, maybe, because a lot of people don't play 5.
Depends what the rest of your lineup looks like. Look, you don't need to differentiate as much as it seems today.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I think, you can definitely get up to 5 with a couple of teams on the slate, I think. But yeah, follow your pricing and your heart. How about the Braves tonight? Do you like the Braves at all? Going against the Padres? Going against Richard?
The stack? No, they're like my least favorite team of the day.
Really?
Yeah, they're dead. They're dead last for me on DK with a bullet, and same scenario on FanDuel. I have them as a really, really, really bad option.
So if Richard were a little bit, he's not a great pitcher, but if he gave up more power, I would be a little more into him. I think the Braves, though, look pretty interesting to me. Like this guy's pointing out Camargo. I think Camargo looks good. Let's see who else looks good. Albies obviously looks good.
Camargo is the only guy with a B or higher value.
Really? Because all these guys seem to
have E's.
Huh. The Vegas total's not great, and that's also obviously going to drive that down. I just feel like if we're trying to really farm for these tougher or these potential lower owned spots that might have upside, I think the Braves have upside because they have a fair amount of guys who have some decent power there in that lineup versus lefties, and Richard is not anybody to be afraid of. I don't think
he's not bad. I don't know what my voice just did there. It sounded really bad.
No, you're going through puberty because it's Richard just stirred your loins. So
one of these days I will. Now I don't. The Braves look like a really bad play, and that gets backed up by the boss, which makes me, again, super happy about it.
I would say if we're talking about contrarian stacks, I think, I don't know how deep I would go on the stack, but like Swanson, Freeman, Camargo, Albies, those 4, I think look pretty interesting. Let me see. Culberson never really grades out well, right? Yeah, not so much into Culberson.
No.
Not so much into Markakis. Maybe a little, but
Albies, Camargo, and Freeman is really the only spot where you could and then Flowers, I guess, are the only spots where you can say that it's feasible, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could get there with an Enciarte and Swanson.
Oh, Enciarte is hitting 6th. Yeah, no, I'll pass. Yeah. That's a terrible spot for him. Ooh, Giants lineup's out. I wish I wouldn't have just done everything that I needed to do. Please just tell me that nothing changed and I could just not worry about it. Panic, Posey, McCutcheon, Crawford, Longoria, Sandoval. Okay, so it's just Williamson and Pence. I can make that correction on my own.
Richard Evans asking where the ownership is on the website. It's always in the main menu up top if you ever need to find it under ownership projections. That's not me being an asshole, but it is under ownership projections. Right underneath the Osmo logo on the top of the page, on that top nav bar, you'll be able to get to ownership projections if you are a premium member. If you're not a premium member, what are you even doing being in this chat? Just go sign up. We're here every day. We're talking about all these things, and all this data you can have at your own fingertips, so you can question it like I do and probably be wrong. But the data is there, and obviously a good source of information when you're trying to weed through these lineups that are not very plentiful. Thoughts on Whit Merrifield as a one-off play?
Let me take a look at him. Which site? Obviously, we don't know, right? Yeah, of course.
No,
why would we? Yeah, it looks great, I guess. Grades out pretty well for me. I have quite a bit of them.
Let me see. I'll pull up the Royals. I didn't get to the Royals tonight because I didn't think Tropiano was a bad play, but I'm never crazy about the Royals, perhaps to my own detriment. Let's see. Merrifield looks fine to me. Salvador Perez looks okay. I mean, the thing is, Perez doesn't look as good to me as J.R. Murphy does. So to confirm that, which I said before, that is correct. I still think that J.R. Murphy looks like a better play. Is Moustakas in the lineup? I would play him. Yeah. So yeah, I would say Moustakas is fine to me. Perez is fine. Merrifield's fine. There are pieces there are fine. I don't think I'm crazy about those guys. Any love for Kinsler on FanDuel?
Probably. I mean, he's going to be owned like ridiculously high, so yeah, we're projecting him for 30% ownership. He's probably the chalkiest second baseman of the day.
Wow.
So,
all right.
Yeah, he's going to be in play.
In summation, some love.
Yeah. I think we're going to need to have like a short slate lesson.
Wait, this guy's getting a 404 error on this? Huh. I don't know, Richard Evans, I don't know why you'd be getting that. I don't see that for me either if you're clicking on the tab. If you keep getting that, though, go email the support email, and Josh will reply when the stream ends.
Can you paste the link to the ownership projections into chat?
Yeah.
Maybe you just need a direct link and something's going weird. I don't know.
Oh, Jake gave it to him. I don't know. He said clicking the top bar for some reason wasn't working. Whatever.
I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Sorry. They're working right now. I'm using them.
TK asks, Chris and Chubbs, do you guys play on the Draft app? I have not played Draft. I was intrigued when I saw their advertisements and stuff. Oh, that's not ideal. The site is an incorrect link. You have to type in the URL manually? I don't get that.
It works for
well,
me.
anyway. Have you ever played the Draft app? I'm curious about it. I mean, we're not plugging it. I don't know if it sucks or if it's good.
Never once.
Yeah, I'm curious about the concept, but I don't see how that's functional. Like, part of what I like about DFS, and again, I have no idea how the Draft app works, but part of what I like about it is just doing it on my own time, and I kind of do my research and I'm done. If I had to like wait around for people to pick shit, I would fucking want to smash my face into something.
Yeah, I've already got enough non-FanDuel and DK sites that I have to pay attention to at this point, so Draft isn't going to be one of them unless I'm told that Draft is going to be one of them.
Yeah, if Draft wants to pay us money, I will play the shit out of Draft.
Yeah, I don't like Draft. I like Playline. Go to playline.com/r/Osimo and you can get a free $5 plus some sort of amount of money when you make a deposit.
I believe you get $20.
No, if you the top of my Playline article, understanding correlations.
So links don't work. We'll have the tech team / Josh will review the links in the menu bar after this. So sorry about that, guys. We're not sure what the deal is there.
Jake, but message Eddie in Slack and tell him this.
Oh yeah, at Jake, please message Eddie. But yeah, if you are having issues with 404s, check Jake's 2 links. So let me see if I can we pin the chat?
808s and heartbreaks.
Yes, that is a fair one. Hold on, I'm trying to. We can't pin somebody else's chat in this. It's not like Facebook. Damn. All right, well, fuck it. Well, find Jake's chats and click those links if you're having issues. Sorry about that, guys. If you're having a problem. What are currently the top team stacks you have on FanDuel?
Yankees and Angels.
There you go. I think it'll probably be the same on both sides.
It will be the same on both sides. That will be the same for everyone.
Can you guys do favorite stacks and dong picks? Drew N, I'm pretty sure we were doing that the entire episode.
Yeah, that's but I've been doing that shit for 47 minutes.
My dong pick was John Ryan Murphy. Josh, who was yours again?
I don't know. Hunter Renfroe.
Hunter Renfroe and Jake had Eggs Benedict, I think.
Cozart.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Jake had Zach Cozart and Eggs Benedict. He actually had 2 dong picks. He predicts that both Zach Cozart and Eggs Benedict will hit home runs today.
I wish I had Eggs Benny right now, man. I could drink hollandaise.
Hollandaise is actually my least favorite part of an Eggs Benedict. Oh. Sometimes a restaurant will botch it, and I feel like it's like the high variance part of that meal.
Okay, I'll give you that. Oh, there's the email into the Awesemo email account from PGA writer Nolan Kelly. Hey guys, MLB projections aren't working. 404 error.
Not ideal. Not the best. Well, we're sorry about that, guys. We're still working out some kinks, but we'll hopefully have that fixed. Make sure to just check those 2 links in here. Apparently, if you copy and paste the links too and whatever, they'll work, as what somebody's saying. So we apologize, but hopefully there's some way to sort that out by either clicking the links in the chat or copy and pasting the URLs. Richard or Tehran, which of those would be your favorite on DK, accounting for ownership?
Good question. Since we're saying accounting for ownership. Richard for sure. I'm way over the field on Richard.
They're both going to be pretty highly owned and pretty comparably owned according to our projections. But I would take Tehran. I just think Tehran has a higher ceiling, even if he has a lower floor. I just don't think the Padres are going to get to his floor. So I'm okay with Tehran. All the night slate projections are loading. JM, click the link. Apparently the link in the chat works, so click that, guys. Favorite pitcher pair for DK today? The one that I'm playing is Tehran and German, but Josh, what do you think?
So my opinion might not be the best, but I will say this much. I have a lot of Clayton Richard and I have a lot of Julio Tehran, and I would expect both of those guys to be in a tandem, 15% of the time. So, I don't know, Tropiano and Richard will be popular for me. All the combinations of Holland, Richard, Erman, Tropiano, and Tehran, those are what's popular for me.
Yeah,
I don't have a choice. I have to give generic answers. On a 4-game slate, I've got every pitcher at least slightly. I've got 4 of them at 28% or higher. So I don't know how else to answer that.
The only pitchers who would be a surprise on this slate are the really bad pitchers. Mike Fiers. If you had Mike Fiers going against the Yankees, that would be a shocker. But I feel like everything else, you should be trying. Especially if you're entering a bunch of entries like Josh is doing tonight, you got to kind of get a little taste of all those guys.
I'm forcing myself to have 1 or 2 lines of Fiers and Duffy, but other than that, I'm not interested.
If I were going to take one of the let's call them shitty pitchers. If I were going to take one of the shitty pitchers, I would probably go with Duffy, just because Duffy's had some highly varied outcomes lately. relative to his skill set and the team he's playing. So if you were going to go a super cheap, I don't even know if it'll actually, is it contrarian?
He's projected to be 17% owned, which is ludicrous to me.
Short slate. I mean, I agree, but
I like Holland more than him, and he's projected for more ownership than that. So,
yeah,
I don't get it, and neither does Alex. Danny Duffy.
I would.
3 value isn't bad.
Yeah. Duffy would not be my favorite play either.
No.
But he is a baseball player, and there is a world of outcomes in which Danny Duffy is successful.
Yeah, like I said, I'm forcing 4%.
Josh, on a 4-game slate, are you still not worried about chalk?
I
feel like never not worried about chalk.
I'm never worried about chalk. There's too many guys in the lineup. You just differentiate elsewhere.
You can always stack in a different direction. I mean, like we talked about before, there are different Yankees. Neil Walker is not setting the world on fire. Yeah, Neil Walker be contrarian, sure.
Like we're projecting Tyler Austin for 8% ownership. Like if you add him into one of your lines with the Yankees, you've already made your line unique enough that you'll be fine.
Yep, that logic checks out for me. Clint Frazier too, interesting to be as a lower owned guy who's
same scenario.
Yeah, had some success. I'm still not stacking the Yankees though. Like I just think, I'm stacking like a couple of them, but I'm not stacking them big time. Just because they were so expensive.
Yeah, I've got them in abundance.
I couldn't get there. I was like, I'm just taking the best guys because I can't afford to get you have to pay up for Herman. Like I hate it. I hate the slate. But hey, we're making it work. We're making it work for us. Chubster, why don't you skip bad slates like today's? Well, I think it's because of your job now. But
yeah,
but Chubster,
it's my job. 2, I like it. I want to play. I prefer bigger slates because it's just I like the differentiation, and I think that I'm smarter than people, so I'll be on things that most people won't be on when all is said and done. So, I don't know.
Is a KC, I feel like we answered this already, but would you rather play a KC stack or a one-off? I would prefer a one-off Moustakas if I had to play one. But I also don't love the Royals tonight. But what do you think? Would you play a stack or would you be more comfortable with a one-off?
I've got them stacked up pretty good, 1 to 5.
Okay. A few mini stacks with Witt, Salvi, Moustakas, and Gordon. Like, if you're going to stack the Royals, I think that's okay. I think that group would be the part of the group that I'd be okay with. But
yeah,
I'm not in love with it. Vibe likes the video. Thanks, Vibe. If you like the videos, you should like the video on YouTube and subscribe so you can see more videos. Yeah. Just do that now.
They'll let you know when we have all of the videos.
Sure. Whenever we go live, you'll get a little notification. And if you're at work or you're on the toilet or you're on a date, you can just pull us up. And girls on a date love DFS talk.
Yeah,
love it.
That's how I got my wife.
I assume that's a joke.
Not true at all. Although she does have a girls' fantasy football league now since we've been together. So,
in my world, we just call that a fantasy football league.
No, it's definitely different.
No. You know what? Women can be funny and they can play fantasy sports, Josh.
And
if you disagree, you can hit the door.
She's had this league for 6 years. I can bring her in here now, and I don't think she can name 10 NFL players.
Oh, I had a league that one of my exes was in, my most recent serious ex. So basically we were dating for 1 year of the league, where I basically just ran her team and was picking people up on waivers and picking up those kind of under the radar guys, and everybody was accusing her of cheating and using me, and she denied it. The next year we had broken up. And she was playing the league, and she was like, "Well, you do the draft," and I was like, "Are you paying me? I don't want to work." Yeah. And didn't do it. And her team was awful, and then it was never confirmed to the group or to the league, but they all knew that I led her to glory.
Oh, sure.
It was fantastic. I was outmaneuvering them at every turn. It felt so good.
I've taught her how to operate the waiver wire, so she's become really good at like doing that research on a Monday night and then being ready for Tuesday.
Oh, actually, speaking of football real fast, I mean, we'll obviously talk baseball. If you guys have questions, drop them in. But football, we finalized something today where we're pretty excited about. We're doing a real big rollout for NFL. So if you are an NFL fan or if you're on the fence about premium and whatever, we're doing a lot of content starting right after the 4th of July about the NFL, which I will be taking a lot of lead on. Josh will be a big part of. Jake, I think, will be a big part of as well. And also himself. So we're really doing a lot to make NFL to become a home for NFL. So I'll be kind of doing these big holistic articles about each position and news and off-season stuff. And we're really excited about NFL because it's the first, I think, season that we'll have had enough lead-up time with Josh and I as full-time employees and a kind of the full team we have built out. So we have a lot of cool shit planned, which we're excited for.
Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of NFL stuff.
Yeah, and Sunday live before locks, we're going all in. We're doing the whole thing. So we want to be your home for football. So if you're not following us on Twitter yet, do that at Osmo_com. Again, make sure to subscribe and all that. We'll be doing lineup review videos. We'll be doing primer 101 type stuff. So you learn all the key stats that you should be watching for according to Osmo. So we're excited. So get ready for that. Month. Decent idea to full fade the Yankees and hope they score 2 runs.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, not a bad idea. So it's not a super likely outcome, but it is a possible outcome. So yeah.
Josh, bring back Mimi. I didn't get rid of Mimi.
Yeah, she was sick of your shit. Yeah. She wasn't. If you weren't paying her for her time, she didn't want to be here.
Probably died of syphilis or something.
So,
that'll kill you for real. You can die of that shit.
Really?
Or is it gonorrhea that you could die from?
I think it's dysentery.
No, one of the famous art people died of syphilis or gonorrhea. Or didn't old Prosper Adburn die of syphilis?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know dysentery because of Oregon Trail. But that's not an STD. If you got dysentery from sex, I think there's a lot of issues going on. The syphilis does sound right, though. Zach Jameson, I agree. I think you're probably right, syphilis. Al Capone died of syphilis? Ben Franklin died? How many people died of syphilis?
Either Manet or Monet died of syphilis.
Monet?
Al Capone. Monet. Monet died of syphilis. Called it. Oscar Wilde died of syphilis.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. Died from syphilis. And it's also super easy to treat. Not that I know. I really don't. I'm not even trying to be funny here.
The more you know. Well, let's fucking... Everybody get yourself checked out. Get a screening for syphilis. O.J. Simpson died of syphilis. Man, everybody's dying of syphilis. It's really sweeping the nation. It's problematic. Just everybody keep giving us names, please. Albies, Freeman, Markakis, Flowers. I'm assuming not projected highly owned. Clay, you would know that if you were an Osmo.com premium member. But no, they're not projected to be highly owned. Markakis in general is also never highly owned. So everybody in DFS hates Nick Markakis. That's what I've noticed whenever I played him.
Including Josh.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. German and Holland or Richard and Holland? Which of those pairings is more likely to catch syphilis, and which would you play in DFS?
I have them both. They'll be similar in exposure for all of it. I don't have an answer to it. Play them both.
I don't like Holland, but I'd probably go German and Holland because I like German. McCutcheon. I like McCutcheon. I like McCutcheon as a pick. It's Greek Inks, home run pick. Ownership for MLB. Ownership, Tony 6. Check the chat a little bit above for links that Jake put in there. There's an issue where the links from the menu bar apparently are not working correctly.
FYI, they're working perfectly for me.
I don't know, man. A lot of people are having this issue, but if you copy and paste them back in, it should be okay. J.R. Murphy or Stanton for home run? I picked J.R. Murphy because I'm a brave man.
Because I'm smart.
Stanton is a more likely outcome, but J.R. Murphy's my pick for the day.
Stanton, number 1 with a bullet in my model today.
Oh, is he? That's not surprising. I mean, your home run model is known for not taking chances.
He's number one every day that he plays.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Or like,
even versus
no, for the most part. Like if he played, I don't know, a good righty, he could fall behind depending on who else is playing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like I very rarely play Stanton versus righties just because like he really hasn't been that good versus righties. I don't get it. But if you are going to play him against a righty though, Mike Fiers would be a guy to play him against.
Right.
Oh. Oh, there we go. Alex is calling them Moto Blinders too. Thank you, Alex, for supporting our campaigns of not calling competitor websites by their real name. we are philosophically aligned as a team that we will not.
Although, if you do want to go to Moto Blinders, check out that rankings on the side of it where you'll see Awesemo at the top. That's a good place to go when you're there.
Or you should also check out their videos where they do the same thing Josh does. That they completely stole from Josh.
Sorry. I don't know from everyone doing web content right now.
True. But that was pretty obvious. Yeah. The timing of it was not the best.
They should have just asked me.
Yeah, like anybody can take it. I think if you have any modicum of success on the internet, you're gonna have like people who ape your shit. But Moto Blinders pretty very clearly jacked Josh's style of the screen grab talk through thing, and it's kind of funny to me. It's not me, but
I should just change my my screen name to like ATL Braves or something.
It'd be funny if they started calling themselves like the Fatsters. Mr. Fats.
I'll lose my mind.
Mr. Fats is pretty dope. I'd be okay with that. Is Godly a lock? I think Godly is very far from a lock.
He's such a lock that I have 8% of him, and we're projecting 21 on FanDuel, and we're projecting 32 on DK, and I've got 14. So, yeah, I've got like multiple keys to that lock.
Yeah, do we have what's Godly's ownership? Oh, so we have him being pretty high. We actually have all the pitchers being pretty similarly owned. I feel like at least that
we have Godly at 32. I have 14.
Yeah, I'm not.
Godly,
I mean,
if Godly is shit tonight, I'm gonna be in real good shape.
Yeah, I'm not playing Godly either. Versus righties, Giants, and the Giants also pretty competent versus righties, even though they strike out a lot. I don't see the Godly thing tonight. I'm not a big Godly guy. I feel like Jake, the baseball savant Hari, is one of the bigger Godly guys out there. But unfortunately, I'm not very into him tonight.
I feel like Jake's name could be Zach Godly, and it would totally make sense.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a Godly vibe to him.
Yeah.
In both the adverb and the name form.
Yeah.
Tropiano, good or no? I'm not crazy about Tropiano. I think, Josh, you don't mind Tropiano?
Yeah, I've got him quite a bit. I'm way over the field on him on FanDuel. He's like, him and Herman will be the guys that get me where I need to be.
Yeah, and also, by the way, guys, if you're asking questions about ownership and stuff, one of the guys in the chat who did ask us to sign up, if he should sign up for premium, we gave him the sales pitch. He says, Greek Ink in the chat, very, very satisfied with the Awesemo content. So, again, we have a lot of people who have been tweeting us too, like success stories and stuff, and we don't try to tout too much because there's sort of a fine line to do that, and we don't want to be gross. But a lot of people have been having success out there, so we appreciate you guys if you're watching the stream, and if you're watching the stream, the next step is really to get premium and try it out and see how you do and take your knowledge base to the next level. So thank you, Greek Geek, for signing up, and everybody else who has as well. If you get a premium membership and you want a shout out, I know people like these things. I personally, whatever. But if you do buy a premium membership and you want a shout out, mention in the chat. We'll shout you out. We'll go, hey,
yeah.
Cool stuff. Cool stuff, man. Thanks.
Don't just shout out. I have access to that shit. I'll check it out and make sure you actually do have it.
There you go. I'll double confirm.
Damn it. But yeah, we need to reach out to that guy that won that GPP.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we have to have one of our dudes. Oh, another thing, too, we're going to be doing, actually, I think this Wednesday, so we should start promoting it.
Yes.
This Wednesday, we will have Awesemo, the Great, on the live stream for the first time. So he will be here. It'll be a free video, be our normal live stream. But we'll do 15 minutes with him, I believe, around 6:15 East Coast time. So we're going to try to make that a weekly segment. I think probably the same time every week. So if you want to check that out, make sure to subscribe. You'll know when we go live. But currently, we're projecting that to be Wednesday at 6:15 Eastern. We'll have Awesemo on for the first time, and he'll take your questions. We'll bullshit with him. We'll Hopefully not say anything too offensive or ask him to masturbate or eat donuts interchangeably. We'll find out. We'll find out together. One real quick thought on the night slate, since now the main slate's been locked. What would you do? Where would you go? Which pitcher is your must-have, you think, out of that?
I don't know. Let me crunch it. Let's take a look. That looks weird. Constraints. What would be the constraint there? That's weird. Why am I getting that error? I don't know. I've got weird constraints in, so if I look at it and just eyeball it, which will probably get us where we need to be. I would end up having a lot of Tropiano. I would end up having a lot of Holland and Richard. It would be very similar for me. That Herman ownership would probably go a little bit more to Tropiano. I'd end up with more Godly than I would probably be happy about. Yankee stack could go away, and that'd be the interesting one, but I would be blowing up Diamondbacks and Royals then after that.
Okay, that makes sense to me. I think that's about what I would do in a night slate. I mean, there are ways to go to differentiate yourself, but I think it's sort of a clear-cut thing, like Josh spelled it out. So that's what we would do. Who did we recommend for home runs tonight? My pick for home run, Robert Park. He's asking me specifically because he knows I'm the expert in this one field. So Robert Park, my pick is John Ryan Murphy. But Jake's was Zach Cozart, and Josh, yours again?
Hunter Renfroe.
Hunter Renfroe.
Hey, that time I almost remembered it instantly.
Yes. So there we go. So John Ryan Murphy obviously is the best play on the board, in the home run race, not in any other way. But I like Murphy. I like Murphy a lot.
So on the night slate, I would have a lot of Tehran, Richard, and Tropiano on DK from a pitching's perspective. Angels would be a really big stack. Royals would be a really big stack. Diamondbacks would be a really big stack for me.
There you go. There should be a punishment if you miss the dong pick 3 in a row. You know what, Spencer Singleton?
All week.
There shouldn't be, because it's really fucking hard, man. Like the game theory of it and the actual picking it are both very difficult.
Yeah, like, all right, I could say it like this. So, based on my model, I would expect 0.24 home runs from Mike Moustakas. So basically, if Moustakas could play this game every day, I would expect him to hit 1 home run every 4 days. So
yeah,
that's hard, and he's 5th today. So like when you get picking these guys that are like 0.16, you shouldn't even really expect 1 a week.
Yeah, I think too, sometimes what I've noticed is we pick a guy, like there have been a couple times where Jake and I are both on the same lineup, and then somebody else in that lineup hits home run. I think it's the same thing with you too. We also got perfect pitched one day, which was not the best. But besides that, though, like usually it's that you're targeting like the pitcher. You're saying this pitcher's going to give up a home run, and you're going with your best foot forward on that. But even then, the odds are it's not even going to be your guy. Like it's just somebody's going to give up a home run there. So I think it's tough. It's tougher than I thought it'd be, especially when I peeled off 4 out of 5 in that beginning stretch. The one didn't count, but it's not as easy as that looked. That was impossible. In hindsight, the odds of that must have been like 50,000 to 1. I think. I don't know. I'm not a math guy though, so who knows?
Yo, Boban's gonna be in John Wick 3.
Boban?
Yeah.
As a bad guy, I would assume some sort of like.
Marjanovic will join a group of assassins facing Keanu Reeves in John Wick 3. Fucking sweet. First person, no one cares. Fuck you. You obviously haven't watched John Wick. Those movies are the shit.
Yeah, John Wick is both movies are great, but the whole concept is, no spoilers, but the third one is taking the world in a different direction, which is pretty interesting.
I can't wait. The first one caught me so off guard.
Totally random aside, because Bill Butler mentions, can we have a spend a day with Osmo contest? CBD on that, but related thought, did you know that they're remaking Shaq Fu, and that Shaq did an Indiegogo for this where you could like hang out with Shaq and shit for a day if you had funded it?
No.
So I found that out today because I was like, wait, Shaq Fu is coming out again? And like they're redoing Shaq Fu. It's probably going to be terrible. But it was like a $500,000 Indiegogo campaign. And one of the things like go to Shaq's house and hang out with Shaq, or like go get lunch with Shaq, or the most expensive option was have Shaq DJ your party.
That'd be sweet though.
No, it would be. I mean, I'm sure it'd be fun.
How much does Shaq eat at lunch? Like if Shaq was like, hey, we're going out to get sushi, how many boats does he get?
You know, he probably goes light. Small guy, you know, trying to stay lean.
Like, how many burgers does Shaq eat in a sitting? Like, if he went to Burger King, would he be like, give me 8 cheeseburgers?
You know who you should follow is Braun Strowman from WWE, because he posts food things sometimes, and he's not as big as Shaq even, but he's still pretty big, obviously. Yeah. He's like, if you guys don't know, he's a WWE wrestler. He's like 6'8", like 350 pounds, just like a raw country boy type of dude. He posted some meal this weekend that I showed my friend on Instagram, and she was like fucking blown away. He ate 4 different egg dishes with potatoes, like 2 sides of oatmeal, like a fucking plate of bacon. Like it was just outrageous, and that's just what he's doing to maintain and just to keep like his. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. His shits must be fucking something.
Was it on Instagram?
Yeah, it was a story though, so it's probably gone by now.
Okay.
Actually, here's a question for the chat while we, you know, what the fuck, while we're here. How many of you guys are Instagram, and would you care about there being Instagram content from us on there? Because we've discussed maybe starting to do some Instagram stories with just pics or stuff if you don't have time to watch the live stream, or if we want to just get, you know, Alex to just say something real fast. So how many of you guys are on Instagram, and how many of you are actually using it for DFS content would be my question. So if you get that in, it's in. Okay, not a great first response from Boob. But despite Boob, actually Bill Butlicker, I think, liked one of my photos over the weekend on Instagram. So thank you, Bill Butlicker. All right, so there's one at least. Chime in. Yeah, chime in on that. If you don't want to answer now, or if we end up logging off, you know, let us know in the future. We're trying to figure out ways to approach this thing that are different. Obviously, that's a big part of what we're trying to do at Awesemo, is look at the whole DFS space in a different way and find ways to bring you guys content. So, yeah, you know, let us thought. Boob, okay. Your objection has been noted, Boob. I appreciate your thoughts, though, even if you don't agree.
You ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, sure. Gardner and Judge out? What?
That's not fucking funny.
I would hope not.
No, that guy should just get banned.
No, Luke Kemna's been here for a while. What's he doing? Luke, don't go bad. Don't go to the dark side. All right, guys. So there you go. That's enough for today. Don't forget, Wednesday we're doing 15 minutes of Awesemo, so make sure you're here on Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow. Jake will be talking baseball. Josh will be doing strategy videos. Jake will have his night shift thing previewing the slate very shortly for you guys. Oh, out. They got an out, not they are out. Okay. You're okay, Luke Kenma. Don't worry. I got your back. But we'll be doing all that stuff, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you see all the content coming through. All that stuff's free, so make sure you're watching it all and learning. And if you're not an Awesemo.com premium member, now's a good time to do it. Baseball's in full swing. Still got some NBA rankings and stuff going out. Got some PGA. I think we're trying to figure out the World Cup. And it's a Herculean effort on our boy Chubster's part. But we got a lot going on the site. So go sign up, check out Premium, give it a shot. Come and tell us how we're doing in the chat. We'll answer you honestly and try to address your feedback. But go join it. It's the only way you'll know. Yeah. Josh, any words?
I don't really. I wanted something good. I was trying to think of like what would be on my Dazus and Marrow rainbow, but I don't have anything right now.
That's fair. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you again soon, and good luck tonight.
Adios, people.